back to our channel, welcome back to another video. We hope you're all doing well. Just thought that I would pick up the camera today because I thought it was a great opportunity to show you a little bit of reality. So apologies for being MIA on YouTube yet again. It's just the editing that I just never seem to get around to doing because life is just go go go. But enough of that because I feel like that's all I go on about. But as you're watching this video, it is the weekend after we went to Dieppe. So we went to Dieppe last weekend for like from Friday till Sunday night, got back really late Sunday night, and then obviously we've been at work all week. I was then off on Friday and Jack was away from Thursday, and I took him to the airport first thing Thursday morning at like 3 AM and I picked him up last night at about 11:15. So we got home about midnight last night. It is now currently 9:30 and it is a Sunday, therefore it is cleaning day in our house, as you guys would already know from previous videos. But I just thought it was a good opportunity to show you a bit of reality and the extent of this is what happens to the house when we're away and always on the go and not at home, etc, etc. I've got washing coming out of my ears and I literally just hate that so much. I like to stay on top of it, but when I went to my mum's on Friday, I had 2 loads of washing that needed doing. However, it was absolutely terrible weather Thursday when I was at home, so I couldn't do it then. And obviously I haven't been here, so I was just going to give you a quick look of the house so that if anybody out there looks at us and thinks, oh my god, your life is just always so pristine, your house is always like really clean and tidy, it's not. So this is what we're working with. This is the dark washing. Yeah, need I say any more? We've got the cool box in here, we've got Jack's case because he still hasn't unpacked, so there'll be more dark washing from there. Got my laptop there because I'm trying to upload a YouTube video as we speak. I've stripped the bed so that we can do fresh bedding. I haven't been able to properly clean the house for weeks. The bathroom looks okay actually, other than the fact that it just needs obviously a clean. Again, ensuite, you see like Jack leaving the toilet seat up. We've got the fan out, the humidifier. Got my bag down there. I'll go downstairs and I'll show you the kitchen. Got the washing machine on as we speak, so the kitchen is just an absolute disaster. I've had a little bit of a rejig in here, so I've been on a bit of a mad one. I basically the only cupboards, not that anybody cared, but the only cupboards that we have for food is this one, which is all of our tins and sauces. That one's tea and coffee, but I wouldn't class that as food. Then this one here, we have literally got like, I'll show you in a second, a couple of cereal boxes and stuff. But the pasta and rice used to be in this cupboard, but it was just always overflowing. I mean, it's overflowing now and they're not even in there. But I'd like to get one more of these, but I want to get a taller and thinner one for the spaghetti, because with the spaghetti I have to snap it and it's really annoying, and then I can reuse this one for like the noodles. But obviously I want it to all kind of match as roughly as they, you know, as best they can, because they're on show. I bought a couple of these pots because Jack is basically like making our carb water for me to go to the gym, and that lives down here and it's just really quite ugly. So I've already put the maltodextrin in this plastic box because we already had that, and then the 2 small ones are for the citric acid and the electrolyte powder, and then I need to get one more thing for the fructose powder, but I wasn't sure basically what I wanted to get because obviously I don't want it to stick out off of this. I've moved the gin, so all the gin is here. Ironic really, because me and Jack are not big drinkers at all. Jack actually doesn't drink anymore and I barely drink. I barely drank before, but I barely drink now. These are the new cushions that I've got for our little bench. Sweet peas that are dead that need to be thrown out. This is the cupboard. So like that's literally what we have, plus this one. It's just overflowing. And then this one's like baking stuff. But so we really don't have that many cupboards for food. But anyway, and then I've got shoes coming out of our ears, the parcel shelf out my car, little car update in a sec. And then I just literally started wiping this down, and then I thought, perfect option. Oh, I've got the sprinkler on, I need to go and turn that off. I'll be back in a sec. Right, I'm back. I've turned the sprinkler off. Gosh, this is what I mean. Life is just go, go, go. But that's my own fault because I started this task when I was already doing a task. So, little car update, not that anybody cares, but I went and did some gardening at my grandparents' house Friday, and I had my niece with me because it was an inset training day thing, and I said to her, could you just get something out of the boot of my car please? So she was like, yeah, sure. She was like, oh, Corinne, like, the boot's locked. I was like, no, it's not, it shouldn't be. Anyway, then she came over and was like, no, it was fine. Yesterday afternoon, so Saturday afternoon, I got something out the boot, went to shut the boot, won't shut, making this awful sound, like a grinding sort of sound, kind of like a motor. And it was obviously clear that it was trying to engage the lock, but it couldn't. So I was like, for goodness sake, what am I going to do? I've got to drive to Gatwick to get Jack, and the boot won't shut. Like, what the hell? So I spent a lot of time trying to get it to work, and it wouldn't, blah, 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 blah. And my uncle used to be a mechanic many moons ago. So I spoke to him, and he basically said, just bungee strap it down until you can get it into a garage. So I did that. But then it made it really annoying for trying to pack the car up, because my brother and my mum very kindly strapped it whilst I was getting ready to leave, and then I couldn't get any of my stuff in the boot. So I had to put everything on the back seats, because I've got a 3-door car, because it was all strapped up. So then trying to get Jack in the car, oh, it was just all very stressful. So that's really annoying and inconvenient. So now I've got to try and get the boot catch looked at, because I don't know what's wrong with it. A couple of people have said that it's just the boot catch. A couple of people have said that maybe just the tension rod has come off. There's a mechanic on the estate. I've messaged him, and he said he will try and pop round today/tomorrow to have a little look at it and fix it. Hopefully, fingers crossed. But it's just not what you need. So anyway, that is a little update from us. So I hope you enjoyed this little video, like house reset, spend the day with us. Very chaotic. Jack's just gone out on his bike. He's got 4 hours to do this morning. He's been away in Edinburgh working, so he's had a few days off the bike. So I think he's been itching to get back onto it. We didn't have an alarm this morning, which was lovely, but we didn't get back in until midnight. By the time we actually wound down, it's probably about midnight. So a little bit sleepy today, but tough. The show must go on. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoy, and catch up with you guys in a bit. So I just started off by polishing everywhere, lifting all of the ornaments off of the shelf. I then wiped over all of the windowsills as well with the polish, and I just dusted the blind as well, which you will see in a second. Basically just give everywhere a really good dust, because everything being white, the skirtings, the window ledges, etc, etc, it gets really, really dusty. I don't know if it's just because we live in a new build, or if it's just because it's a white surface you see it more, but it is really annoying. Moving on to the downstairs toilet, I took everything off of the shelf and again gave it a really, really good dust and wipe over all of the picture frames, the actual shelf, the windowsill, and the blind again. I then took my homemade antibac spray, which is basically just a mixture of Zoflora and water, and sprayed over the toilet, used an antibac wipe to wipe over everything, bleached the toilet, put a little bit of toilet gel in as well, and then I went in with one of these cloths. It's from B&M, I'm not really sure what it's called. It's not a microfiber one, but it basically just gets rid of any water marks or any product residue that might be on the surface, so that it doesn't dry weird. Moving on to the sink, I then just used Viacal and some Cif and also my homemade antibac spray again to clean over the sink. And then I'm just taking my it's like Zoflora but not, to wipe over the skirtings, the radiator, so that everything smells nice and fresh. This one was citrus flavour, so everything smelled really, really nice. And I just went in with my J-cloth and basically worked all of the product into the sink before rinsing it all off, and again using my little cloth, different one to the toilet, this one, to get any water residue off of the sink. Moving on to the kitchen, I just took everything off of the table, gave everything a really good wipe, again using antibac wipe and my homemade antibac spray. I wiped over all of the placemats and the little coasters for glasses and stuff as well, because we're really bad at doing that kind of on the evening. Disgusting, I know. I then went in and wiped over the window ledge as well, because little bits of my plants land on the windowsill, and also I feel like I get a little bit of sticky residue or pollen, and that's really annoying. So just did that, opened the windows because it was really hot, let a bit of fresh air in, lovely. And then I moved on to just basically wiping over all of the kitchen cupboards, and just trying to clear as much clutter as I possibly could. I also wiped over the dining chairs as well. Hate these dining chairs so much, they're far too big for the space, but we move. And I was just putting the chairs up on the table ready for mopping and hoovering in a little bit. Moving on to upstairs, I like to start in the office because it is one of the smaller rooms. So basically just get my polish and dust it again, wipe over my desk, wipe over my keyboard, all of my screens, everything like that, because again, don't know if it's just because it's a computer screen, but it gets very dusty. I also wiped over the window ledge as well. I then moved on to the spare bedroom, which is only a small little clip of this because I couldn't really get the angles, but again, I just wiped over all the pine furniture. Moving on to our bedroom, I used some glass cleaner to wipe over the mirror, the picture frames, and also just dust the top of our light because, again, it gets very dusty. Wiped all the mirrors pretty much everywhere in the house, so bathrooms, ensuite. I also did this downstairs as well, but I didn't show that. And I then went in and polished our bedroom furniture as well. Our lights are touch lights, so every time I kind of wipe over the lights, it turns on. It's really quite annoying, but hey ho. I then wiped our window ledge, and I also wipe over the TVs with the glass cleaner as well. And there is another mirror in the spare bedroom, but like I say, you don't see that. I then went on to change our bed. So we have a king size bed, and everybody knows that changing bed sheets is such a task on your own, but especially for us because, as you can see, our room is quite small and the bed takes up pretty much the entire depth of it. So trying to change our bed, especially with this duvet set, is a challenge. I hate this duvet set so much because it's quite a soft material, so it doesn't have any sort of rigidity to it, if that's even a word, and it takes quite a long time to get the duvet in and nice. So yeah, did that, and I think that's pretty much it in here for the moment. Hello again everybody, it is now 1:15 and I have literally just finished the cleaning. So I've literally just washed the floors, and what is, oh, I think it's just the camera cover, let's take that off. I've literally just washed the floors. Didn't film the rest of my cleaning, to be honest, for two reasons. One, it takes so much longer when you're trying to film and clean, and two, I was just literally, I had to clean the main bathroom and the ensuite. The ensuite is quite small anyway to try and film in there, and I'm not being funny, but they're bathrooms, so they're not that fun and exciting. So yeah, literally just done that. It's 1:15. Jack isn't yet back, but I'm sure he'll be due back any minute. I am absolutely starving, so I have literally just put some cheese on toast with some grilled tomatoes on top in the oven to have for lunch. I would have made Jack's, but I don't know how much bread he wants, if he even wants that. Sometimes he has like scrambled eggs, sometimes there's a fried egg with it, so I'm just not getting involved, so he can deal with that when he's back. So yeah, I can't wait for that to be finished, to be honest, because I'm so hungry. And then this afternoon I've got a few other bits and pieces to do. As I mentioned, I've been at my mum's Friday and Saturday this week doing some gardening at my grandparents' house, and basically I always take all of my own, like, well, it's a lie, I use my mum's fork and spade, but I take all of the other tools from mine, such as my strimmer, and I've got a few weeding tools, just purely because my mum doesn't have those items. So they're currently in the boot of my car still, obviously the situation with the boot. So I want to empty my car out, hoover my car, can't wash it because obviously the boot isn't shut, so it would just leak, and kind of put my car back together, because like I say, I basically just chucked everything but the kitchen sink in there the other day. And then obviously coming back from my mum's late last night, didn't really have a chance to sort of make sure everything was tickety-boo. So I want to do that, and then I need to spend some time in my own garden, because I always say this, I spend all this time doing my grandparents' garden and then my garden gets neglected. So yeah, I need to go and do a few bits and pieces in the garden. I need to do a bit of weeding, pull some plants out that kind of like dead, plant some plants up, just have a general little sort out basically. I'm on washing load number 4, got 3 loads already out, and I should have just enough space for the last load. And then I've just got all of our towels to do, which I will probably do tomorrow, so that I can just, because I'm working from home tomorrow, usually on Mondays I go in the office, but there is a problem with the fire alarm, so we are working from home tomorrow, so I can hopefully get on top of the washing, which would be amazing, because there's nothing I hate more than having loads of washing to do. So yeah, that is the POA. I'm hoping that my cheese and toast isn't going to burn, to be fair. I might have to just check it quickly, but yeah, I'll check in with you guys in a bit. I wouldn't normally eat in the lounge, but the floors are still slightly damp, so I just had to tiptoe in there. So I've got this French stick left over from my mum's that she was just going to throw out. So me and Jack hate waste, so she just got that. Probably could have done with a little bit longer, or even put the bread in first, but I really don't mind. At the end of the day, the cheese is melted, a bit of salt and pepper and a bit of Worcester sauce, because if you don't know, get to know, elite combo.